Hi everybody, Helen with you today, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do the strawberry stitch. I think it's quite obvious why it's called the strawberry stitch. So what I've got here, my work, is I've started working up our Coffee Beanie Cozy, which is what this is. It fits on a 20-ounce Starbucks coffee cup and basically pretty much any travel mug you can think of, as long as it's not literally a barrel. So what we need to be doing to do this stitch is we practice our colour change in here. So I'll show you how I do that as we go along. So basically the strawberry stitch is made up of half double crochets, pretty much, that's it, and a couple of chains. So I'm going to assume that for the purposes of this video you know how to do a half double crochet. If anybody wants to have a go at making one of these Coffee Beanie Cozies, I'll put a link to the pattern in the description for you. So we'll work our first round of strawberry stitch into these. You can see here I've already chained one. Now with the strawberry stitch you need to have multiples of 3 stitches going round. As a general rule, once you've done the first stitch you will do 5 half double crochets in the red for the strawberry base, which you can see here, 5 half double crochets into the same stitch. Then there will be 2 white half double crochets, one in each of the next 2 stitches, and then you'll repeat the pattern again. So in the next stitch you'll do 5 half double crochets in the red, and then in the next 2 stitches you put 1 half double crochet in each stitch in the white. So I've got my chain 1 there. Strawberry stitch is made essentially over 3 stitches. It's a 3 stitch repeat once you've done the beginning and the end of your row, that is. But what you'll find is that you'll have 1 stitch where you use your red to do the body of the strawberry, which you can see here, which is 5 half double crochets into the same stitch. Then you do 1 half double crochet in the white in the next stitch, 1 half double crochet in the white in the following stitch, and then you repeat that pattern. So the next stitch is 5 half double crochets into the same stitch in the red, and then you change and you to your white and do a half double crochet in the next stitch and a half double crochet in the stitch after that. So to start the round, however, we'll work our half double crochet. Now ordinarily, once you've got your 3 stitches on your hook, your 3 loops, sorry, you would wrap your yarn and pull through, but we're not going to be doing that for colour changing. So what we're going to do is we're going to do wrap our yarn around our hook, insert it into the stitch, wrap our yarn and pull through. So we've got the 3 stitches on our hook, and then we're going to take the red, leaving a little bit of a tail. We're just going to hold it and finish the stitch in the red, because then the next stitch we're going to be doing our 5 half double crochets in the same stitch, and we want it in the red. So if I do that, 1, 3, 4, you'll notice as well that I'm sandwiching the white yarn. So I'm carrying it, but I'm carrying it so it's tucked into the stitches. So 5, so that last stitch before we wrap our yarn and pull through all loops on our hook, we're going to just take the white and finish the stitch, because our next 2 stitches we're going to be doing 1 half double crochet in each stitch. So half double crochet into the next stitch and half double crochet into the next stitch. Now I'll show you here the difference that actually finishing off the stitch in the colour that you're changing to makes. So if we do that, and then I'll start my 5 half double crochets, haven't tucked them in, tucked me carryover yarn in, because I'm going to undo it in a second, because I just want to show you what's happened. So you can see here, we get quite a nice clean changeover of colours. So the top of that first half double crochet is white, and then the first half double crochet of the strawberry, if I move it closer, is red. But when we finish off a stitch before we change the colour of the yarn, you can see that it actually carries it across into the first stitch. So the first stitch of your next colour will always have that carryover if you don't do the last pull through of your stitch in the new colour. So if I just take that out, and we'll work that last stitch again in the white. So we're going to finish the stitch. Just give your red when you pick it up, when you change your colours, just give it a little tug. Make sure there's no excess hiding, that's going to affect the tension of your work. And we're going to tuck in the white as we're working. So I've just nipped it. You can see there, I'm just nipping it to the top so that when I insert my hook, I actually have the carryover on top of the hook as well. So in the next stitch we're doing our 5 red half double crochets. Four, oops, 5, and before we finish that stitch we'll carry it over, change the colour of our yarn, sorry, and in the next 2 stitches we'll work a half double crochet in the white. Making sure just to carry that yarn between your stitches. Whoops, I didn't change on the last part of that stitch. So 3 loops on the hook, change our colour and pull through. So then the next stitch we need 5 half double crochets in the next stitch to create the body of the strawberry. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then the next 2 stitches we'll do 1 half double crochet in each stitch of white, and then change back to the red. And we're going to do that all of the way around. Once we get to work that last strawberry, I shall meet you there and we'll go through the last stitch together. So we're coming up to this last strawberry stitch of the round. So we'll keep going as we have been. Now you'll notice that when I pick up a colour, I'm giving it just a little bit of a tension tug to make sure that it's not leaving excess yarn on the back of the work and not particularly showing through too much on the front. So we'll work that last strawberry stitch, which is 5 half double crochets. 3, 4, and remember for the last stitch, change your colour to the white, because we've still got one more stitch that we need to put 1 white half double crochet into, and then we'll slip stitch to the top of that first half double crochet of the round. There we go, Obviously pulled that one just a smidge too tight. So you can see there that our work has flayed out a little bit, or fanned out, however you like to describe that. But what we're going to do in the next round is we're going to actually nip all those back in, and what that does, I don't know whether you can see there, but the strawberry stitches protrude a little bit. They're really quite cute, I do like them. So we're going to create the bobble effect with our half double crochet 5 together stitches in the green at the top. Now once you've finished this round, you can leave a tail and cut the red, but keep the white going because the white's used all the way around. And then we're going to need a little bit of green for this round as well. So you can get rid of the red for now. So that can go down and out of the way. So what we need to do is chain 1, because remember we're going in rounds, so we're always looking at the right side of our work, and we're going to half double crochet in the first stitch, but the next stitch is going to be green, so we're not going to finish off the white. We're going to pick up our green, leave a longish tail at the back to weave in when we're done, finish off that white stitch. Now we're going to carry the yarn the same as we have done previously, so we're just going to give the one we've dropped a little bit of a tension tug and hold it, nip it to the back so that we can work over it and effectively sew it inside as we go, so you can't really see where the yarn's being carried on the other side. So we need to do our 5 half double crochets together in the green on top of our 5 double crochets here. So basically yarn over, insert it into the first stitch, so you know you're doing it right when you do it into all of the red stitches. So the green goes on top of the red and the white goes on top of the white on this round. So we've got 3 loops on our hook there now. Then we'll wrap our yarn, insert it into the next stitch, wrap our yarn and pull through for 5 loops. Wrap our yarn, insert it into the third stitch, wrap our yarn and pull through. Notice that I'm tucking that white yarn in as I'm working. So now we've got 7 stitches on our hook. Wrap our yarn, insert it into the 4th stitch, wrap our yarn and pull through. So now we have 9 loops. And then one last time, wrap our yarn, insert it into the 5th stitch, wrap our yarn and pull through. So now we have 11 stitches on our hook. And then we'll wrap our yarn and pull through all 11. Now because we've got so many, it can be a little bit tricky, and what I do is I just do 2 or 3 at a time. So then we'll get to the end, give the white a little bit of a tension tug, drop the green and chain 1, and that just closes off the stitch. And if you just give it a little bit of a harsher tug than what you did on the previous row, it'll really make your strawberries pop out. And then the next 2 stitches we'll do 1 half double crochet in each stitch in the white, and then we'll change to the green and do our half double crochet 5 together again. So once more, wrap our yarn around our hook, insert it into the first red stitch of the 5 half double crochet cluster, insert your hook, wrap yarn, pull through, so then you've got 3 loops on your hook. Wrap yarn, insert it into the 2nd stitch, wrap yarn and pull through, so now you've got 5 loops on your hook. Wrap yarn, insert it into the 3rd stitch, wrap yarn and pull through, so now we have 7 loops on our hook, if you can see that. Wrap our yarn, insert it into the 4th stitch, wrap our yarn and pull through. So now we have 9 stitches on our 9 loops on our hook. Wrap our yarn, insert it into that last stitch, wrap our yarn and pull through. So now we've got 11 loops on our hook, sorry. And then we'll wrap our yarn and pull through all 11. Give your green a bit of a tug, drop it, pick up your white, give it a bit of a tug and chain 1, and then half double crochet in the white in the next stitch and 1 half double crochet in the next stitch before we drop our white and pick up the green to finish that last white half double crochet. And we're going to follow that all the way around. So then we do our 5 half double crochets together over the next strawberry. Making sure we're tucking in that white, you can give it a little bit of a tug. Wrapping our yarn and pulling through all 11. Then we'll drop the green, pick up the white and chain 1 and half double crochet in the next stitch and half double crochet in the next stitch, but then we're going to change colours, Helen, so we don't finish off that last stitch. Now you might find you just need to pop your strawberries out a little bit, but there you go, they're looking quite good. So we will follow that process all the way around this round, and I'll meet you back at the end of the round. So I'm on to the last strawberry there now. I'm just finishing that last white stitch with the green. And I'll do my half double crochet 5 together over that last strawberry. And change to the white, because we still have that 1 stitch left. That's going to be a white half double crochet, because remember we started with 1 half double crochet at the beginning of the row. So now we'll just make it the 2 and we'll slip stitch to the top of that first half double crochet. So there you go, you can see your strawberries are there. Now just one more thing before we end this video. You will still, because it looks like there's 2 stitches, if you can see better on that one there, of the green and 2 of the white, but what we need to do is not count one of the stitches. It doesn't matter which one, but just don't count one of the stitches on the next row of the green ones. So on the next row of this Coffee Beanie Cozy, for instance, we're just going to half double crochet all the way around to create the gap between the strawberries. So I've chained 1 and we'll half double crochet into that first stitch, and then it's up to you. You can either half double crochet into the first one or half double crochet into the chain 1 at the top, or mix and match. It really doesn't make any difference. So I'll just go into that one because it's slightly easier for me, and then we'll miss the next stitch and we'll work a half double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, which are the white stitches from the row below, and we'll do the same thing with the next strawberry. So for this one, my chain 1's a bit bigger and I've just got a thing, my OCD says the white should go in the middle, so there we go. So you can see I've missed the chain 1, in the first strawberry and I've worked the chain 1 in the second strawberry, and it makes no difference whatsoever to the outcome. But we just need to get our stitch count right and just finish nipping in that little tiny bit ready for the next round, otherwise we're going to have too many stitches to work it. And then I'll do one of the greens and then 1 half double crochet in both of the white stitches, and then one of the greens and a half double crochet in each of the white stitches all the way around, and then that will bring our stitch count back to what it was when we started the strawberry stitch. And that really is all there is to the strawberry stitch. So, like I say, you might just need to pop your strawberries out a little bit, but there you have it. Very effective, very pretty, super cute, lots of texture, perfect for our Coffee Beanie Cozies. If I just pop this on this one, you can see come out a little bit. You can see there, it's really super cute. And there's lots of things that you can do with the stitch. So that's how to do it in the round. I do hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial today. If you have, please give it the thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please feel free to do so, and remember to hit that little bell icon so you get notified whenever we upload a new video. As I say, as soon as the Strawberry Coffee Cozy pattern is released, we will add it to the description, so you can go and find that if you should you want to, and we'll hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.